So I thought I'd do this quick video to talk to you about the OutFox The Market April Fool's joke. Except for it isn't an April Fool's joke. They're doing this crazy thing with their direct debit. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I've mentioned in previous videos that I'd moved to OutFox The Market, and so far things seem to be going okay. But today, on the 15th of November 2018, I got an email, like all of the customers, to basically say they are changing the direct debits. And the reason they're doing this is to make sure that obviously people are paying the right amount of money for the electricity and gas that they use. So that all makes perfect sense. And basically the email says, so if in my example, that they are providing 10 days working notice of our intention to introduce a new variable direct debit scheme that will change your payments to £192.71 per month. Now, a couple of things. So they do say intention, but I don't see anything in the email that says they may retract this offer or what have you. To me, the more the fact that they are even contemplating this is kind of mental. So I kind of understand their logic in terms of they are looking to basically do this variable direct debit so that you pay more money each month in the winter months and then less money per month in the summer months, because obviously your usage goes up in the winter and down in the summer. Now, every gas and electricity provider I've ever been with, you have this process where you pay the same amount of money every month to cover your estimated annual usage, and during the summer months you build up credit because obviously you're still paying that same monthly amount, and then in the winter you use up that credit, and kind of round about kind of January time you kind of use up that credit and you start accruing a bit of debt, and then kind of March comes, then as you move into April, then you start slowly paying off that bit of debt, build up the credit again, and the cycle goes round and round and round. But what OutFox The Market are doing is basically saying they don't want to have that happen, so they want to obviously increase the costs in the winter and up the costs, lower the costs in the summer to try and keep it flat. So so in theory, no person is better or worse off at any one time. Now that does make sense, but I think the issue that I have, and I think most people are online that are talking about, is I don't think it's been done in a smart way. So right now I pay £110 a month, and like I said, they're saying that for October to March I'll be paying £192.71. And then April to September, I'll be paying £82.59. Now, that's obviously based on what they estimate my annual cost to be, based on what I said when I moved to them. But as you know, if you follow the channel, I also have solar. So I did a couple of checks actually to see, obviously I've been with them I think nearly 3 months now. So, how much money, how much usage do I had, to what would that cost? So the interesting thing is, when I worked it out, let's see if I can find the numbers now. It's gone. It's kind of crazy. Right, so I'm currently like over £200 in credit, right? So currently in November, and a couple £100 in credit. When I work out what I used last month, so granted, last month being October will be a less usage month than November, but even then I've used £19 worth of electricity and 88 pence on gas. So my total electricity and gas consumption is less than £20 in a month. And they're saying they want £197 off me per month. So I think I understand the logic behind what they're trying to do, but they haven't at least in my case, and it seems like the case for most people, they haven't looked and seen, okay, how much actual usage are you having, so that we can kind of try and proportionalise that. And I think they obviously don't have the history because they haven't been around long enough to predict it. So me personally, I'm really disappointed with this position. As you'd expect, you can't get hold of anyone on the phone because they're very busy with people complaining. So you are like the 28th person in the line, and you get hung up, and then you have to reconnect again, and it's not happening. The chat feature's turned off. There's some responses on Twitter basically saying that this is just how it is, so what have you. So yeah, and they say the whole idea of this is to minimise bill shock, whereas I think it is a massive shock. I don't know about anyone else. I don't budget to have £200 in my account to pay my gas and electricity bill, because that isn't what I'm expecting to pay. I'm expecting to pay £110. So basically, I think maybe even out of principle I might just move away from them. So right now I'm not recommending anyone would move to OutFox The Market based on this, because I just don't think there's been enough thought process into actually looking at your consumption and kind of working that out effectively. And yeah, look at some other wholesale providers if that's what you're looking for, and also that most of them obviously have the green elements as well if it's something that's important to you. So yeah, I know the whole idea is, and they still say that they're obviously passing on the wholesale costs, but I feel like this isn't right. I feel like this is taking money out of the customer's pocket and kind of putting it into theirs. Whereas maybe it'd be happier, maybe it'd make more sense, right, if they just change some rule or something to say, okay, look, we're not adjusting the direct debit, but if you end up using more, you need to pay this by a certain period of time or something. I don't know, but just thought I'd share kind of my thoughts and opinions, and basically just to say, you guys that follow the channel, if you have been looking at OutFox The Market, perhaps wait and see how this kind of settles out. And I'm going to do a bit of analysis tonight and think about moving. Obviously I won't be able to move before they adjust this direct debit probably, but yeah, we'll have to see. It'll also be interesting for many people, the impact this might have on them, like indirect financially, right? So if you don't have this money in your account, obviously then the direct debit is going to come in, and then if you won't be able to pay, then it's going to perhaps cause you additional credit charges with your bank or adverse credit ratings and all sorts of things. So it's not good. I guess just to be clear, one thing I should say is they did mention this yesterday, to say that they were changing that they were changing this direct debit policy basically, and gave an example of, if you're currently on £78, perhaps you'll pay £109 or something. But yeah, one day's notice and all this is just a bit upsetting. So I don't know if OutFox The Market really means what I thought it did. Perhaps it's OutFox The Market by making loads of money out of the customer that they don't need. And I'm sure there's going to be some statement saying, oh well, we refund people, but the money should be in the customer's account, I think, and we should be paying for the service and the usage that we consume. I agree with that bit. So anyway, a bit of a ranty video, but I just wanted to put that out there, and I'll update you guys on kind of how this progresses, and also if I move somewhere else, who I move to, and how that goes as well. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.